shepherd.
Come on. Okay.
Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few.
Come on.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers in his harvest. So I just want to know, are you building or are you folding the kingdom? Let's go to that first little line here about Jesus went into the town, the villages. He went into these places. He's a leader. So I always hear that thing, sheep begat sheep. No, sheep ain't begat sheep. How sheep gonna begat sheep if they all in the flock? It's the shepherd that is over the sheep. How do new sheep come into your flock? Because the shepherd actually is the one that goes out and picks the sheep up and bring them in. It's the sheep that's already in there that help to cultivate. So those are the other leaders. You have leaders within those sheep, but sheep don't begat sheep. We all go out. The leaders go out and get the sheep, bring them in, and then the sheep help to cultivate. We cultivate each other. We build each other up.
Okay.
So I just want y'all to get that. Sheep ain't begat sheep. We all working in the kingdom. We all work in the kingdom, because you know what happens if that sheep gets sick. The first thing they do is call the master. They call the shepherd, right? They call the shepherd. They call the owner of the sheep to say, hey, your sheep is sick. What are we gonna do? Do we do surgery? Do we give them medicine? And it ain't other sheep that say yay or nay. No, it's the shepherd that takes care of that. So let's be real about how we begot sheep. And I ain't seen it in the Bible yet. So somebody know where it's at in the Bible, please show me, because I was studying hard trying to find that. Okay, let me take these off for a little bit because I'm getting a little excited. And so I want you all to understand that I know that it was, a lot of people think it was fruit and vegetables in the biblical sense, but it's people that's starting to believe that want to learn more about Jesus. As God was giving me this, the Holy Spirit, I began to really get excited about what was going on. Like I really was I had cried. I was driving and I was just like, Lord, like, I just want to make sure that this word is good. And I really got excited. And you know why? Because by the time I'm through, every leader will understand how to gear their flock, and every sheep will understand how to follow their leader.
All right.
It has to be a balance. For it says in John 10 and 27 and 28 that they will hear and know God's voice. So the voice of your leader should be matching the voice of the Lord. That's what I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know if your leader is truly, you know what I'm saying, in the word and sitting, because God sits high. And that's who we sit under. We sit under God, because God sits high and he looks down low. So if you want to sit under anybody, if you want to, be up under anybody's leadership, it would be God.
Come on.
It be God. So before I get to asking you again, because I know I asked you a couple of times this question, but before I get to ask you again, I must give you in detail a description of the spiritual and the natural building and folding, and why it's important to know where you're at.
Come on.
You don't know if you're building or folding. I'm about to give you some definitions, and I'm about to try to break it down to you as simple as possible to let you understand and know where you at, so that you can either change the fold or start to build, or whatever you need to do to get to this building the kingdom, because we all have to build the kingdom. We can't have no folders. I'm just letting you know, we can't have no folders.
Come on.
And I'm gonna tell you why. But we're gonna get to the building. So building consists of a structure with a roof and walls standing more or less permanently in one place, like a house or edifice. Now this is the natural definition. So to go along with that, its purpose is to shelter, and it's a dwelling place.
Yeah.
Now in the spirit, it enables you to dwell on earth, developing a structure to endure God's spirit and allow the Holy Spirit to dwell inside of you. That's a lot. That's a lot. And so when we talk about building, so when we talk about building, I had this great idea like, oh, I'm going to build a house with cars, because I done seen it done. And, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be able to take it. So I went and got me some cars, you know what I'm saying? And I was going to build a house. And as I was trying to build a house, it wouldn't build for me. And God gave me a revelation that there are ways of building. And as a leader, we must find the way that is best to build our people because everyone is different. So what I did, since I couldn't build with the cards, I decided to build with the book. And what I did was I had the book flat on the table and I had it stacked up strong like this. And then I took another book and I took another book and stacked it on the other side. And I had something stacked on the top that made it sturdy. And that was building for me. I was able to recreate a building that was good for me to do to show the people. And I said, you know what, God, you are so awesome because somebody else had time and patience to build their house out of the cards.
Come on.
You'll get that soon. You'll get that soon. You'll get that soon. Somebody had time and patience to build their house out of the cards. But some of them that don't have time and patience, and you just think you're going to just hurry up and do, that ain't going to work either because guess what? Your building ain't going to be sturdy because you ain't got no structure. You got to have structure in your building. No matter what you do, no matter how you do it, you got to have structure. And so because I don't know how to do the cards, don't mean that I can't do it. Because me as a leader, what I will do is go find that person who knows how to build that house of cards and learn the structure and how to do it. And then I'm going to build that house. And then I'm going to turn around and teach somebody else how to build that house. Because that's what we do as leaders. We build houses. We build kingdoms. There is no folding. But did I say folded? Let's get to folding. Now, folding consists of being able to be flattened, bent, or rearranged into a flatter or more compact shape, typically in order to make it easier to store or carry. So in the spirit, it relates to sabotage, holding back, ministry blocking, decrease in growth, stagnated, heavy load. You get the drill. So I wanted to show you about folding. I want to take a couple of things and show you about folding. So y'all see this towel?
Yeah.
I'm going to fold it up. It's a pretty towel. It's a lovely towel. But guess what? Folding ain't its purpose. Look. So when you fold, you see all that stack? I want y'all to understand what fold really means. You see all of that? Where in the world is you going to breathe? How you going to breathe if you folded? How are you going to move if you folded? How is your leader going to carry you if you're folded? If you notice when you fold, so first of all, this is too big. So I can't even fold this and put this in my purse. It's too big. Okay. Piece of paper. I had a piece of paper. You fold it up. They say, oh, the paper is light. But guess what? When you fold paper and you fold it, it tears.
Ooh.
Y'all gonna catch that in a minute.
Come on.
In other words, folding is not good for you. Folding is not prosperous for you. Folding does not allow you to breathe. It does not allow you to grow. It does not allow you to consume the knowledge that is needed. How can you consume the knowledge if you're folding? How can you consume the knowledge if you're folding the people? What are you teaching them? Come on, leaders. I said this is a check and balances. I'm not dealing with just the people. I'm dealing with the leaders too. Why? Because we have to learn how to work together. We have to learn how to build together. So I'm asking you, are you a builder or are you folding the kingdom? I need you to check and balance yourself. I need you to do a self-examination. I need you to understand that you cannot afford to fold anyone. You cannot afford to get folded. I need you to understand that. I need you to understand that we must be building kingdoms. We must be kingdom builders. We must be kingdom builders. Okay, so now that I've given you a brief description of building and folding, again, I need you to know, I need you to understand, I need you to self-examine yourself. Are you building or are you folding the kingdom? Now, you ain't got to tell your leader, and your leader ain't got to tell you. You know who you are. You know what you're doing. You know what you're not doing. You know what God told you to do, and you're not doing it. You know that you have a ministry and it could flourish, but because you in self-pride or you in self-ego, now you don't want to listen because, oh, I don't have that person don't have a degree, or they don't have a title that matches my title. I just want y'all to get it. Like, they don't have to. God talked to the drunk man on the street. Y'all know it's the side of the road, but I'm gonna say the street because we in 2020. God talked to the drunk man in the street and gave the drunk man a message to give to someone else. So if he can do that to the drunk man, why is it that you can't trust your people that you say you love and care about and you want to see flourish? Why can't you trust your people to give you what God has given them? Yeah, you're the apostle, you're the pastor, you're the leader, you're the this, you're the that. But as I was told, and as it is in the Bible, the Spirit does not dwell with us always. So how about it? It could be a time that the Spirit wasn't dwelling with you because you was in flesh and you couldn't hear what God was trying to tell you because you were in flesh. So he sent someone else that was in spirit at the time to give you that message. Come on, we got to work with each other. I get it. God ain't gonna get nothing to your leader that he wouldn't get to your people. I get all of that. But everybody, the Spirit doesn't dwell with you always. So if the leaders are open and understanding that I might have missed my message, and let me hear what that person has to say, and then just go back to God and say, did you say it? He gonna answer you. He's gonna answer you. I just seen too many people say, well, God ain't tell me that. God ain't tell me that. But if it's something good, y'all like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, God, glory to God. No, whether it's good or bad, say, okay, I hear you, I understand it, but I need to confer with God first. Because why? Because he's the head, the middle, and the ending of my life.
Yes.
That's why I say that. He's the head. That he's the person that I go talk to and confirm things with. He's the middle. When people come and talk to me and say, God said this, this, and this, he's the middle of my life. As I'm right now going through, I'm going to ask him. He's the end. When it's time and it's all over and done with, and I'm going to another level, he was the last person that I conferred with because he's the first. Come on. I want y'all to understand those things. So yeah, I hear the leaders, saying I got a few people that are folders, but I also hear the people say I have a lot of leaders, or I've seen a lot of leaders that are folders. This isn't your place to identify who the folders are. This is your place to help those folders come out of being unfolded and begin to build. I get it, rebuke openly. I get all of that, yada, 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 yada. But we have to understand that with rebuke, that what are you filling them up with once you rebuke them? Because you didn't put them out there, you didn't shame them, or you didn't embarrass them. Okay, and now what are you doing to making sure that they are brought back in to do work? Because most people that are ashamed and embarrassed, they just go and hide somewhere. That's a folder. That's a folder. That's a person folding. So now you got a folder that's folding someone, and how you gonna unfold if you're the folder? So come on, I just want to check. I want to check and balance you. You know what I'm saying? Leaders and people. It's a check and balance. I'm not picking no sides because we've all fallen short. And, we've all sinned and fallen short to the glory of God. So to God be the glory for helping us get to where we need to be, because we need his help. But he has already worked in the field. He has already planted the seed. He has already helped the people. All we got to do is gather. We got to do our part. We have to do it. If you got people that's sitting in a wheelchair that say, well, I don't have no legs, but you still got arms, you still got hands, you still got a mouth, you still got a whole bunch of things that are going on that you can work with. Well, we still have to gather the people. We have to gather the harvest. The harvest. Come on, leaders. We got to get the harvest. This is the perfect time. You have people that in this pandemic that is at home, and you have people that's out there that's doing what we're doing now, preaching and teaching on Zoom and on Facebook Live and trying to get the people in. But guess what? We're not going to be in the pandemic long. What are you going to do after that? You got to go and gather the people.
Yes.
You got to teach your leaders to go gather the people. I heard you. I heard you, big time leaders. Well, I got over 2,000 people. I can't do it all by myself. You're not supposed to. That's why you're supposed to be building your leaders. You're supposed to be building your leaders. If you got 2,000 people, then you should have at least about 300 leaders.
Come on.
And each one of them leaders should be accounted for at least 50 or so people. You know how to do the math. You're not dumb, because if you was dumb, you wouldn't have no big church.
Come on.
You get all that good money, so you know how to count. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Let's do it right. Let's get these leaders in tip-top shape so that they can help the people. It's supposed to be a full circle. What do you mean by full circle? The pastor or the head leader, I don't want to say pastor because everybody's not a pastor, Everybody don't call themselves pastors, whatever case it be. So the head leader that's up under Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit is supposed to take their leaders and teach and groom them and build them up. As you build them up, they're going to turn around and build up the people. As they build up the people, now those people are coming into those leadership positions. And guess where your leaders going to go? Out into the world. They're going to go out to the world because they're preaching the gospel. They're teaching. They know how to build. And then it comes a full circle. As those people come in, the people that moved up to the leadership position are now teaching those people. You see how that works? Your people ain't supposed to be staying in your church 50 or 60 years talking about I'm still a missionary on the missionary board, and you ain't got no new missionaries.
Wow.
I've been at this church for 100 years, and you ain't got no new deacons. How are you building? How are you going to get the harvest? The harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few. He's asking you all to come out and be laborers. He's asking you all to come out. Yeah, the weed and the weeds would grow together, and God would do the separating. He didn't separate it. When you gonna pick it up? When you gonna come pick it up? Now you don't come pick it up. Guess what happened? It goes back into the ground and becomes another weed. That's why a lot of these young people are out here without a righteous mind.
Come on.
Because they have already grown back into the ground and came back up a weed.
Ooh.
Nobody went to go pick them up. Nobody went to go get the harvest. Oh God, y'all just don't get it. I told my cousin I wasn't gonna cry because I cried so hard because it's sad to know that it's over 3 million people in Chicago alone. 3 million people in Chicago alone. And you have all of these churches. You have at least 2 to 3 churches, church buildings, I should say. You have 2 to 3 church buildings on every block. And y'all can't even fellowship with one another.
Whoa.
But y'all talk about y'all love Jesus. I hear all of we Baptists and we this, but if y'all all are going according to the Bible, the one Bible, there are no denominations. There are no denominations. Yeah, that's an apostolic movement, but that's not a denomination. The denomination. There are none. He said one God, one Lord, one baptism, one faith. So where y'all get all these extras? I'm just saying, if we gonna believe, let's believe. And let's understand who wrote what book you're talking about. Talking about it's a whole bunch of different stories. Well, it would be a whole bunch of different stories if you got different people writing about the same incident. Know who wrote what. And this come from leadership helping their people understand the Bible. I just want to say this. This is why you have a lot of people that are ready to come to the Lord don't come.
Come on.
Because you trying to justify the Bible. The Bible don't need justification. You just need to understand. Because it says wisdom is gotten from knowledge and understanding. So when you have the knowledge and you understand, you have the wisdom to display to the people, to let them know who wrote that and why it was written, and to break it down to them and let them understand that. But that's a whole nother subject. I don't even want to get into that. I want to get into this. Are you building or are you folding this kingdom? I lost my little place, but that's all right though. Kingdom builders require both parties to change. So what, you've been doing ministry for over 30 years. Maybe that's your problem. You're trying to work on something God has already created, planted, and has grown. All he's asking is for you to collect, cultivate, and circulate the harvest. Let me say that again. All Jesus is asking for you to do is collect, cultivate, and circulate the harvest. Come on. Let's refer back to Matthew 9:35 and 38. The very first time Jesus tells you is that he did the work, and he went through all of the towns and the villages. He left no place, no stone unturned. He went to the big places. He went to the small places. He went door to door. He went, whoever was open to understanding and hearing the knowledge, he went to them. He didn't go around saying, "I'm Jesus, hear me roar. Roar. I'm the big son of God. You gonna bow down to me." He didn't go like that. He didn't go with a whole bunch of rings and and jewelry, and he didn't go with no 3-piece suit. He didn't go with no Rolls Royce and Lexus. And look, if you got it, you flaunt it, I get you. But he went to the people, to the people as he was, no filter. He went to the people transparent. He went to the people trying to get the people to understand that he wants to heal their souls, that he wants to help them be delivered, that he wants to fulfill them with love. He wants to fulfill with kindness. He wants to fulfill with joy, the fruits of the Spirit. He wants to fulfill them. So I need y'all to understand, leaders. These people need fulfilling, not fulfilling of your mess, not fulfilling of your naturality, not fulfilling of your flesh, but filling of the Spirit, filling of love. People want to be loved. And no, it's not babying somebody, because if the greatest gift is love, how you babying somebody, loving on somebody? Loving on them as far as concern, loving on them as far as making sure, my daughter, when she had to go to high school, to private school, she had to go through this program. And they said, "Ms. Rogers, we want you to understand we have a motto." And I said, "Okay." They said, "Our motto is we teach you how to, we feed you a fish, you eat for a day. We teach you how to fish, you eat for a lifetime." Come on. And that stuck with me, because it wasn't just for her, it was for me too. So you got to learn how to get knowledge wherever them nuggets is going. It stuck with me too, because at the end of the day, as a leader, if I keep feeding you, you're going to keep wanting to attach yourself to me. But if I teach you how to cook, just like in the word, if I teach you how to study your word, if I teach you how to do your sermons, if I teach you how to make sure that you connect with God to get the proper revelation, not the fleshly revelation, but the proper revelation. If I teach you how to do those things, guess what happens? You learn those things. And because you get connected with God and you know how to get connected on your own, because I've taught you how to get there, because you got to do the work. We all have to do our own work. Teaching, I can teach you all day long, but people, you got to learn. And that's what the check and balances come in. You gotta learn. I can teach you all day long. You gotta learn. And if you don't want to learn, then step aside. Let somebody else that want to learn. Don't hold that spot, because work has to be done. Work has to be done. And so she learned that. She learned how to do things so that she can do them for herself, as opposed to saying, "Mommy, yes, Papa." Eating sugar, no, Papa. Telling lies, no, Papa. Open your mouth. She know how to do it herself. She know how to go in there and cook now. She done graduated from college. Like, she's doing the thing. And I have a younger daughter that she's still trying to latch on, but I'm trying to teach her that, hey, you gotta do this work. She's that one that you have to give that extra attention to, but you also have to be stern in how you do it.
Come on.
I heard Dr. Matthew Stevenson say in one of his conferences, he don't get rid of his troublemakers. He make his troublemakers stay because they make the other people think harder and outside of the box on how to make sure that whatever they got going forth comes out right. Why y'all trying to throw y'all troublemakers away and call them disobedient? Because y'all don't want to hear what they have to say. Because what they saying makes sense, but it don't go along with your 30 or 40 or 60 year 10-year. Because what's been working for 30 or 60 years, back then should be working now. No, times have changed. I love tradition, don't get me wrong, but times have changed. We need color. I get the black suits with the white shirt and the black tie. We need color. Get you some blue. Get you some gray. Get you a red. I don't know. Get some color. Why? Because it opens up the eyes of the people. And I'm using it as a analogy of we need to open up our eyes to color. Let's not be colorblind. Let's not be colorblind. Let's understand what's really going on in this world. People need help. Leaders need help. Why can't we help each other? So what I did was, I'm just gonna skip on to the good part. I'm gonna skip on to the good part because I need them to understand. Here you go. Okay, so listen. Don't worry, people. I'm coming down your row. I'm coming down your row. I'm coming down your row. Here we go. Leaders, you are not grooming your up and coming leaders to be folders for the saints and ain'ts. You are supposed to be building them to go out and get the harvest. How do you do that? By teaching them the biblical way and showing them every situation on earth in the Bible. And then, letting them go out into the world and teach, preach, sing, and do what they do. If they singers, let them sing. Somebody's sold to Jesus. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized. If that just, I want to go to the water. Let them come to the water. Let that person sing them to the water. Why y'all be trying to stop the spirit of the singing? People love music. Have you not heard? People love music. Let them sing them to the water. Let the people preach. If you the leader that you say that you are, then you have taught well. And if you haven't taught well, that means you need to go back to the drawing board and get you some books and study yourself. Study yourself to be approved. Study yourself to be approved. Because the people are watching. And you cannot afford to mislead the people. Why? Because their soul and their blood is on your hands. Jesus paid the price. But since you want to be the shepherd and you want to be in that role, then you're accounted. You're accounted for that soul. You're accounted for that sheep. You're accounted for that soul, that blood, that is on your hands. Yeah. You cannot go in there and be like, I'm finna be a shepherd. I'm finna be a leader. I'm finna be a pastor so they can just go ahead and pay me. I'm going to give them a word out of this Bible. I ain't going to touch none of the stuff that's conflict, I ain't going to touch none of the stuff that Adam, God made Adam for Eve and Eve for Adam. He didn't make Adam and Steve and all that. I ain't going to touch none of that. No, I don't want to stir up my congregation. I want it to be nice and cool and collect. No. Give them the word. Unadulterated. Yes. Give them the word. The word is the word and it changes not. And let me explain something to you all because I just want to just stick this pen in there. We are not to judge those who have other lifestyles. Our job is to give them the word and allow them to make decisions for themselves and create their own relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to go see Jesus, but we all ain't going through the gate. Because he said, nobody sees the Father except to come through me. Yeah. So understand, stop telling people you ain't going to heaven, you ain't going to. Everybody is going to see Jesus, but you might not get through the gate.
That part.
Understand that. So if you told the people the unadulterated word and they chose to do something else, when they get to see Jesus and he opened up the book, then they have to be accountable for their actions. They have to be responsible for their actions. And you've done your part. And that's all that you can do. So that's why I just want to know, like, are you building? Are you folding? If you're folding, stop folding people. Stop folding people. People stop getting folded. Let's build. Let's build. Let's get this right. We're supposed to love everybody. He said, love everybody, even your enemies, even those that have different lifestyles. Love everybody. You might not like their actions. You might not like their behavior, but you're still supposed to love everybody. Love that person. That's still a human being. Love and kindness do I draw thee near. That person might have went to that extra lifestyle because of hurt. That person might have went through that lifestyle because of an incident that may have happened to them, and they didn't have no outlet. So that's where they went to. But love and kindness do I draw thy near. I've seen people who changed and said, I want to live for God and I don't want to live that other life anymore. I've seen it for myself. Yeah. I've seen people go through that. I've seen people say, well, this is who I am. This is what I want to do. I still love God. It is what it is. And I say, God bless you. But you know what they do? I got some family members that live other lifestyles. But you know what they do? They respect me as a minister of the gospel. Come on. And I had my cousin to tell me personally, this is another cousin, got a whole bunch of them, got a big family. And so she told me, she said, Nickola, she said, I love God and I give God glory. And I grew up in the church. We all grew up in the church. She said, but I don't want to disrespect God's house. So wow. I still read my Bible and I still have my relationship. But because of the lifestyle I live, I don't go inside of the sanctuary. I respect that. I respect that. And I told her, I love you, cuz. And I might not get with what you do and how you do it, but I love you. And I want you to understand that I pray for you and I love you. And we have that understanding. That behavior don't get in the way of our understanding of love. Love covers a multitude. Yes. So what kind of love do you have? But that's a whole nother sermon. What kind of love do you have? Because you need some agape love. Leaders got to have that. They got to have it. They got to have it. So here we go. Don't worry. I'm coming down your road. I'm coming down your road. All right, leaders. So you're supposed to be grooming. You're supposed to be preaching, and you're supposed to be cultivating and circulating the people. Bringing them in, cultivate them, circulate them. Okay. And I just want you to know that I lost my spot, but hold on a minute. That's transparency. That's transparency. I wrote this out and I looked at it and I got revelation for God. But, you know, at the end of the day, I get to talking about this thing and it's so passionate that I just lost my spot. But here we go. Yes, charity starts at home and spreads abroad. But y'all forgot one thing. They are home. And when they are fulfilled, then they began to spread abroad. So let me go back up to why I said that. Okay, I said, oh, here we go. We're supposed to let them go out into the world, teach, preach, sing, and do their thing, right? Financial help, conferences, etc. Whatever your leader is great in. You might have a financial consultant. You might have someone that likes to do conferences or some events or things of that nature. Those are all leaders, and those things are all needed in your church. So yes, charity starts at home and spreads abroad. But y'all forget the one thing: they are home, and when they are fulfilled, then they begin to spread abroad. So what did that mean? Everybody like charity starts at home and spread abroad. He's not talking about the church, because we is the church. He's talking about us. Charity starts with us. You have to love yourself before loving people. Leaders, how can you love your people and you don't love yourself? How can you tell somebody to go comb their hair and you ain't been to the beauty shop or you ain't combed your hair? Wow. How you gonna tell somebody to go get some Stacey Adams and you still wearing and not knocking Payless shoes, but I'm just saying, how you gonna tell somebody to go get some Stacey Adams and you still wear Payless shoes? You have to be able to love yourself and show the love for yourself. And even if you got you some Payless shoes, show them how to jimmy it up and look like, you know what I'm saying, like you $1 million. I know some people that don't pay a lot for their money, for their suits, or pay a lot for their shoes, or pay a lot for their clothes, and still know how to dress themselves up. You have to teach some of your people that. Some people don't know how to dress. Some people feel like because they bought a $500 shirt, it's gonna make them look good. Well, it don't make you look good if it's too small. I'm just saying. Leaders have to teach your people. People have to be receptive and learning what is being taught. All right. How can an empty vessel share anything with their ministry? They can't. And now you have a zombie walking around sounding like a tape recorder stuck in your pocket because you allowed them to fold and not build. What do I mean by that? Charity starts at home and spreads abroad. And you want them to work, and they ain't took care of home. They ain't took care of themselves. They haven't. You haven't built them up. You're emptying them out, and you haven't built them up. So you emptying them out, talking about charity start at home, which you talking about the church, and God talking about yourself. And you emptying them out, trying to get them to work in the church, and you're not building them up. Now they're empty. Now they're walking around talking about what the pastor said, what the apostle said, what the bishop said. Well, what did God say?
Come on.
What did God say? They can't get to God because you didn't empty them and didn't allow them to get fulfilled with God's spirit. Come on, people. Come on, leaders. Come on. Are you building or are you folding the kingdom? It is important. All of these things are important. Yeah, you saying, well, I'm a leader. That's a lot. It's a lot. Well, it's a lot on the people. It's a lot on the people to try to study on their own. They don't know what to study. The Bible got so many words and so many chapters and so many books. And oh my God. Come on. You got new Christians. You got baby Christians still drinking on milk. And you trying to stuff meat down their throat. You can't. They need to drink some water. They need libation. Have you ever wondered why any diet you do or anywhere you go, the doctor tell you drink water before you eat? Because if you try to eat before drinking water and your throat is dry, it hurts. So you stuffing meat down your people and they need libation. Come on. Don't do your people. Don't let them fold. People, don't let your leader fold you. Because it's a two-way. It's a two-way. That's why I'm critiquing it. I'm going both ways. It's a two-way. The leader can't fold you and you can't let the leader fold. Y'all got to be accountable. Check and balances, check and balances, check and balances. I'm just saying, check and balances. If you like what I'm saying, give me some hearts, some loves, give me something. Say something to me. If you think I'm wrong, inbox me. We'll talk about it later. I'll break it down to you some more. Where am I at? Okay, so here we go. Don't worry, people. I'm coming in your room. I said that already, didn't I? Oh, here we go. 8 things to look for in your leader. This is the good part. We got the meat. I gave you the libation. Woo! Now we finna get to some meat. I know leaders, you're going to be like, well, why is she going with the leaders? Because it's easier to characterize the leaders so that people will know what they're looking for. Because one leader might not fit me. I might need to go to this leader. And I've learned through my 45 years that this teacher may be teaching one way and I might not be understanding. And so I need to go to this teacher. So you need to know what kind of leader you got. You just need to know what kind of leader you got. And leaders, you need to know who you are. You need to know what kind of leader are you? What kind of characteristics do you have that you can give to the people? If you just in leadership just because your leader put you in there and you just doing a job, what kind of job you doing? Is it in the spirit of excellence? I'm just saying. Are you doing it with your whole heart, your whole mind, your whole soul? Are you being taught in that role that you just got thrown in? I'm just saying, you can't wait until after you get licensed to try to tell somebody how to be the title that you gave them. I'm just saying, they should be groomed. They should be groomed. They should be taught. So when they get that title, when they get that license, when they get that certificate, then they're saying, I know how to do this well, and I'm ready for the next level. Not I'm walking around with this title, and then people expecting you to know and do stuff, and you don't know how to do it. That's a bad representation of you, not of that person, of the person that gave them that title. For the people will call you according to what they believe you are.
That's true.
So since I said that, let me say this. No, I'm not licensed. No, I don't have no certificate. I've been called by God a long time ago, and I wear many hats and I have many gifts. But what the people call me and what they've been calling me is evangelist. And I have some that call me prophetess, because I do have a word for the people that God gave me. But I just do what God will is for me. Because don't no title, it don't stop me from doing what I got to do for the glory of God. It don't stop me from giving the word. It don't stop me from having a relationship with God. So do understand that. And when I do get licensed and all that other stuff, paperwork, yeah, we're going to have a celebration just like everybody else has a celebration for their degree. I got a degree too, had a celebration for that. And that degree don't define me. The degree don't define me in a job, and it don't define me in my life. It's a degree that I worked hard for. I thank God for it. To God be the glory. Let's move on and still get to working. Because you got 5 and 6 and 7 degrees and you still ain't working. So come on. Let's work in this ministry. All right. Number 1, your leader should be a Christian leader. You have some leaders that teach it but don't believe it. Yes, we are all human, but just like you have to be an example, so do they. You must be a disciple to make disciples. And you know what? I got Bible verses, but you know what? You're going to look and study and read and show yourself approved, because I already did my studying. 2 Corinthians 13, 5 and 6. Yeah, that's how we're going to do that one. Y'all going to do some homework. But I'm giving you libation. I'm giving you meat. I'm giving you scriptures, and you got a lot of people that they want to listen to you for the moment, and then when they turn you off, they go and do what they do. No, if you really want to learn the word, if you really want to understand where I'm coming from, where's your notepad? I hope y'all got y'all notepad and y'all pens out. I hope y'all writing y'all notes, because y'all need to go back and digest some of this stuff. I understand everybody don't eat the whole meal at dinner time. So you got to put your leftovers in the cart, and then revisit it at a later date. I get it. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to read verse for verse and this and that, and you got a Bible at home that got cobwebs and dust on it. Wipe that dust off. That's what leaders do. Leaders challenge you to study. Leaders challenge you to read for yourself. Because if you ain't believing what I'm saying, then you can read it for yourself. I'm just saying. Number 2, you need to have a praying leader. Your leader should be praying for you, interceding on your behalf. Why? Because they are caretakers of your soul. Yes. And as they groom you to go out, you need to be covered. You need to be covered. Prayer, because you love Jesus. They need to be praying for you and covering you because they love Jesus and they want to do it. Because you're their sheep. You're their sheep. They should be praying for you. If they don't have an answer, one thing I liked about one of the leaders that I was following, when I first started there, she when you would ask her, a question and she didn't know the answer, she'd say, "Let me pray about it." Come on. That drew me. Yes. That drew me. Because she wasn't trying to create an answer. She wasn't trying to, just make up something, or she wasn't just throwing out a Bible verse. She said, "Let me pray about it." And I got it. And I understood that, because we don't know all of the answers. We ain't God. That's right. We ain't God. We ain't Jesus. We ain't even the Holy Spirit. We asking for fresh anointing every day. So if you don't have the answers, no matter how many degrees you got, no matter how many Bibles you study, no matter how many theological classes you took, you just say, "I don't know the answer. Let me pray about it." And then get back to that person. Write it down. You got a notebook. Leaders need notebooks. Why? Because everybody comes to you with their problems. So if everybody comes to you with their problems and you got to pray about it, you need to know what you're praying about, because you're going to forget about somebody. So y'all need a notebook. I'm just saying, y'all need a notebook. But people, guess what? Y'all need a notebook too. Because y'all need to be writing down the answers. Because y'all could come back asking the same question that you just asked yesterday, today, and then you're going to be waiting tomorrow to ask that same question when you got the same answer. Write it down, study it, show yourself approved. I'm just saying, critique, checks and balances. Number 3, you need a loving leader, someone who is concerned about your well-being. It's not always about what you do for them, but how they can be a blessing in your life. Yeah, I heard you say, well, it's over 2,000 members. Guess what? You will find a way. You will find a way. Even if it's something so simple as giving them a free mask. Even if it's something so simple as giving them some hand sanitizer. You got the Dollar Tree, got the 3 in the box for the little hand sanitizer. You telling me your pastor can't go to Dollar Tree and get about maybe 50 boxes, break it down, 50. So that's 3 times 50. So that's what? 150 little bottles. You can't get to you put a mask in there, little hand sanitizer. I'm just saying something simple. Because you know what happens when you are a loving leader? Your people love on you. It's nothing they wouldn't do for their loving leader. My leader thought about me and got me some hand sanitizer and a mask. Yeah, I know it came from Dollar Tree, but it's the thought that they didn't have to do it for me. So you get just because cards. You might even get an extra offering. Don't do it for the offering. I'm just saying. Don't do it for the offering. I'm just saying those are the rewards. When people feel love, they turn around and love back. And some people don't know what love is. That's why you got to be a loving leader. Because you have to show them. You have to lead them. How can you turn around and be like, well, I do love my people, but I ain't finna baby them. I'm not asking you to baby them. But when you got your baby, for those who had children or for those who have family that had babies, what did you do to the babies? Did you say, I'm not finna cuddle that baby? I'm not finna get that baby no milk? What are you supposed to do with your baby, Christians? You have to feed them. You got to change their diapers. You have to clothe them. You have to comb their hair. You have to put on their shoes. Come on now. You have to groom them. You have to cultivate them. Why? Because you're a leader. And you're a loving leader. Love and kindness do I draw thy near. How you draw your people, you don't love them. I'm just saying. That together verse. How you don't love them. You got to love your people. Love your people. Love your people. All right, so the Bible verse for that is John 17, 20 through 23. The Bible verse for praying leader. I'm sorry, I didn't even go over that. I was so excited. I get so excited, y'all, because the word is so good when you're coming from the word. This ain't nothing I created. This is what God has given me to give to the people. And I'm coming out of the word. I'm coming out of the Bible. So number 2 was praying leader, and that's Matthew 22, the whole chapter. And then you got Ephesians 3, 14 through 19. Now, let me tell you this, another nugget. I just don't give you a scripture just to fit what's going on. I read the first 3 up and the first 3 down because I want to make sure that the revelation of the scripture meets the revelation that God has given me to put on paper. That's right. So do understand that I'm not finna. I've seen so many preachers, so many leaders give you a scripture, and I am one of them people that writes it down, go back and look and say that ain't what that was talking about. You just use that because it got the word love in there. No. So I want you to understand that these scriptures that I'm giving you correlates with what God has given me as far as the meat. So loving leader, which is number 3, John 17, 20 through 30. All right, so we on number 4. This one right here. Number 4, equipped leader. Leaders need to be equipped. What does that mean? Listen, you would definitely know about this. Why? because you will not be lost. Before you are put in position to do something, they will give you the appropriate tools to fulfill the assignment. An equipped leader will equip you. He said there will be some apostles, some evangelists, some pastors, some teachers that will, and some prophets, some that will equip you to do the ministry and the work of the Lord, to go forth. So at the end of the day, you got to understand your leader should be equipping you, should be giving you tools. There is nowhere in the world that you should be going somewhere else to preach and you're not equipped. There is no way that you should be elevated to a title and you're not equipped. There's no way you don't go on a job and become a supervisor and they don't equip you. You got to still go through training. They gave you a manual, they give you something to equip you to do the duties that need to be done. Or guess what happened? You get fired. What a good thing about the spirit is we don't get fired, we just get reconstructed.
Come on.
We get reconstructed. We get reconstructed and we get delivered. You know, we have grace, we have mercy. But we all know in the natural, you have to be equipped. So why can't this leader? The leader should be equipping you. And guess what, people? When they're equipping you, come ready. If you're not ready, tell them you're not ready for that, so they can find a way to equip you, to build you up. I know that in college, if you can't take statistics, they have a class before statistics to get you ready for it. So your leader would do the same thing. And leaders, you should know this. If you don't have the equipment to get to the people, then you need to go back, find your leader, and get your tools. Because you can't give nobody some empty tools. How you gonna go out there and plant seeds and do a garden and you ain't got no rake, no hoe, no water hose? You ain't even got no dirt. You ain't got no seeds. So how you gonna help the people and teach them how to plant a garden? I'm just saying, equip your people. It's important. Equip your people. That's 2 Timothy 2:2. 2 Timothy 2:2. All right, number 5. We almost done. We got 3 more after this. Number 5. A missional leader goes with the equipped leader. What is a missional leader? A missional leader. What's the key word in there? Mission. Hello. A missional leader is a leader that gives you assignments. They just not going to give you the tools. Now they got to give you assignments. You got to work your tools. You have to, the assignment is to go out there and plant 1 row of red roses. Well, you just can't skip number 4, being a equipped leader, and go straight to missional leader. How you just gonna get them assignment and no tools? But that's what y'all doing, leaders. Y'all giving these people assignments and not giving them tools. And guess what? Now they're discombobulated. The people are discombobulated because they don't know what to do. I'm just doing what the pastor told me to do. I'm just doing what my leader told me to do. I'm just doing. Do not fold the people. Don't let the leaders fold you. If you feel like something is going wrong, you go back to your leader. Look, I'm telling you how to do it right. Go back to your leader and have a conversation with them on the side, not in front of everybody. We don't need no front. Ain't no future in your front. So you go to the side and you talk to your leader and you say, hey, I know you told me to plant this row of roses, but I don't know how. How do I plant these seeds? What is the proper way of getting this done? If that leader do not know, and they just told you what to do because they leader told you to do, they're going to tell you, hold on a minute, I'm going to get that information for you. And let me go. And then they're going to go to their leader and find out how to plant. Or they're going to look it up for themselves because they're the leader. You get it? You're the leader. You got to go find the answer. There's no way people should be finding answers for themselves. That's why we got all these different denominations. That's why we got all these different things going on. That's why we got all these different beliefs. That's why we got all this chaos going on. That's why the minds are crazy. That's why the mental health institutions are growing, because we got all these different thoughts, as opposed to the thoughts of the Lord, as opposed to the thoughts that's going on in the Bible, as opposed to being on one accord, as opposed to connected to God, as opposed to connected to Jesus, as opposed to connected to the Holy Spirit. I'm just saying. Where's your connection? Oh, that's another sermon. Where's your connection? That's Joshua 1. Joshua 1. So we're on number six. Number six. Your leader should be spirit filled. Your leader should be anointed and filled. And I get it that the spirit doesn't dwell in man always, but your leader should never be scared to cast out demons and help to deliver and tarry with you. Isn't that something? Y'all want to time church. Y'all want to, oh, that prayer is too long. But you shall be in the party like, hey, hey. But you saying prayer's too long? Jesus taking too long? How Jesus taking too long? Your time is not his time. When you learn how to be patient and wait, and your leader teaches you how to tarry, which is to wait and pray, then you'll be patient and understanding. When he blesses you abundantly. Ooh, how you know that? I tell you how I know it. I can give my testimony about this.
Come on.
Last year I hurt my back at a job, and I hurt it really bad, and it was the first time I've ever really hurt myself at work, and it threw me for a loop. People always see me as this strong person, like, yeah, Nickola's strong, she gonna give it to you real hard. That I hurt my back, and I felt like I was broken in half. What I realized as I was going through, the back is connected to a lot of your body.
Yeah.
You can, if your back is hurting, you can barely walk.
Right.
You can barely talk.
Right.
You can barely lift your arms. Yeah. You can barely sit. Right. You can barely lay. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you can barely do.
Yeah.
You can't carry a whole lot.
No.
It becomes very, very inconsistent with your sleep pattern. So God sent me through some things, and it's okay, because I understand more now than ever about patience. As I went through therapy, and he was like, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I'm just like, well, it hurts. And he's like, well, I seen some older people that got more issues than you do, that come in and they just do the work and they get better. And I'm like, and I'm telling him, they not me. Their pain is not my pain. We all have different pains. Leaders, let me tell y'all something. Don't encourage nobody like that. You take each person's pain the way they're feeling their pain and validate their pain, not with somebody else's pain, with their pain. Because my pain is my pain. And can't nobody tell me about my pain. Your pain is your pain. So when he was telling me that, I got discouraged, because I was like, how you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? It's older people that's them. You know, they might have went through something that made them stronger. I've never went through this before. So to me, I'm a baby in my injury. And he's trying to treat me like it's meat. He's trying to treat me like meat. And I'm milk. I need milk. I'm a baby in my injury. It damaged me mentally. It damaged my mind, because all my life I've been strong. All my life, I've been lifted by myself. I'm talking about lifting dressers. I'm talking about lifting people. I'm talking about flipping them over. I was strong. I was that chick. Use my legs, flip you over. I was that chick. I hurt my back. I ain't that chick no more. I'm a baby. I need milk. I need encouraging. And I'm getting thrown at like, that ain't working for me. So it's a year now, and I'm still not at 100%. But I told God I'm ready to go back to work. And my doctor said, you need to have a sit-down job. You need to make sure, you this and that. And I don't want to be conformed. I don't want to do the things that's going to injure me again. But I don't want to be constricted, not conformed. I'm sorry. I don't want to be constricted to just sitting down, because sitting down for too long hurts your back. So I asked God, I said, I want a job. I want to be able to, get some things, to help flourish my business and things of that nature that's going forth. I want to be able to bless some people. I want to be able to bless some ministries. I got some things going on in my head that I want to be able to do. This job is just not for me. It's for my son, but it's just not for me. It's for other things that needs to be done. And I can't do it, just waiting on a paycheck. I went waiting on the check. I ain't get it to the but you know what I'm trying to say. So God turned around because of my patience and my diligence and me sowing seeds. The little seeds that I had, when they harvest, I went and worked and grabbed them and I put them in and I cultivated them and now it's circulating because I put it out there to circulate. God came back and gave me 3 job offers.
Amen.
Patience.
To God be the glory.
To God be the glory. 3 job offers. So spirit filled. You got to have the spirit of God in you. You when things are going wrong, you got to say, okay, God, what you trying to show me? What are you trying to show me? Early this morning, my bathroom flooded. And I wasn't there. I was out here at my cousin's house. And, you know, and it's crazy though, because I've been home through this pandemic all this time, and my bathroom ain't never flooded. And all of a sudden it flooded. Didn't have a trick of the enemy, trying not to let me get this word out.
Come on.
But I said, God, what are you trying to show me in the midst of? He said, I need you to understand that when you give this word, continue to be sincere in giving this word. Because the people want to hear it. And they need to understand it's a check and balances. It's not just all on the leader. It's just not all on the people. We have to work together. This is a time. The harvest is ripe. The people, the leaders are out there. You know, they're out there trying to give you the word. They're trying to get you to understand and hear what is going on.
All right.
You know, the people want to listen, but once you get through with Zoom, once you get through with Facebook, when the world open back up, how you gonna reach the people? How are the leaders are gonna go get that harvest of those people that are ready to be cultivated, to be collected, to circulate? How are you gonna do this? Y'all need to come up with a strategy, some structure. I'm just saying, spirit field, spirit. Where is your spirit? Where I should be able to see that glow on you. I should be able to see, oh my God, like I should be able to see God on you. I should be able to see the anointing on you. Yes, I hear you again. Spirit don't dwell in me always. It don't. But when I see you as your people, it should be something. It should be something. Then you can't sit up here and tell me that you just turned it completely off and now you all flesh. The man that you feed the most is the man that rises. You feed your spirit the most, your spirit rises. Every time your flesh want to be like, let me clear my throat. Go back there.
All right.
Go back there. Because in the name of Jesus, what I won't do is I won't allow you to sit up there and let that flesh come up and be like, yeah, ha, ba, 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 ba. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Yeah, y'all got to learn how to feed that spirit, man. I'm just saying, your leader should be spirit filled. And then that's Thessalonians 1 and Romans 6:6-7. Because we got to put that sin to death. You got to put that sin to death. You can't be spirit filled full of sin.
Come on.
I'm just saying. You can't be spirit filled full of sin. There's no, he's not going to dwell like that.
All right.
He's not going to dwell like that, but he knows because we're human that we make errors. That's why he has given us forgiveness 70 times 7 a day. Yeah, that's a lot. That don't mean to take advantage of it, but it's a lot. So I'm just saying. So number 7, you need to be a global leader. Now, I know you like, go all over the world. No, you could be global by reaching out to your neighbor right down the street. Like I said earlier, you got 2 and 3 and 4 churches on the same block, and y'all can't even fellowship. Nobody said that y'all had to, be like, girl, come to my house, and we gonna drink some tea, or we gonna have some wine. No, but y'all should be able to fellowship your congregation together. Y'all should be able on one accord. Aren't y'all all believing in Jesus? Yeah. Well, they don't believe in Jesus the way I believe in Jesus. Well, then all y'all need to get the Bible and believe in the same Jesus. And get all y'all some revelation. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying, be a global leader. Your leader should want you to fellowship and venture outside of the 4 walls. There are things we all can learn from each other. If your leader thinks they are the only one who has all the answers, y'all need to start running. No leader has all the answers. God didn't give them the full blueprint.
All right.
I don't know no leader that have a full blueprint. If that was the case, we wouldn't be going through what we're going through. I'm just saying we wouldn't be going through what we're going through. God gives them a synopsis of what He's got going on. Okay, so what am I saying? Global leaders should have different type of things going on. If you have a member you have a person, I want to say member because people come to other churches to visit and they're not members. So if you have a person in your church and you know that they have PSTD, why you don't have a PSTD group? PSTD? PTSD? Oh, I always get it wrong. And I'm in the military, y'all, and I still get it wrong. PTSD. Why you don't have a PTSD group?
Come on.
You got widows in your church. Why you don't have a widow group? For every person that is in your church that you know have a condition or a situation, there should be a group for that. Why? Because it's helping them to overcome what they're going through. You can't put somebody that has PTSD in the same group with a widow and they're not a widow. Because the widow gonna be talking about stuff that the PTSD gonna be like, I don't want to hear it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And you have triggers. I got triggers. You got triggers. And you ain't gonna want to go through all that. And they're gonna walk away. So if you have a global leader creates nations. Nations create worldly of the world, the continents, the earth, they create things. Yeah, the fullness thereof. Come on, cuz the fullness thereof. Like global leaders create, and with creating that, you're creating kingdoms that builds nations. That's what I want to get to. Yeah. Global leaders create kingdoms, help to create kingdoms that builds nations, that builds the world. You see how that goes? Kingdoms, nations, the world. It works like that if you work it. I'm just saying. These are leaders, the characteristics of what leaders should have, but also what people should be looking for. And if people, let me tell you something. The leader don't know what you got if you ain't telling it. Now, let me tell you something, leaders. That don't mean to go around talking about Susie Mae and Hungry Q. That don't mean to go around talking about them. What it means is it means to gather your community together and get together and create a group, a kingdom to help build that person up, as opposed to allowing them to fold. Because then you're going to have somebody working in your kingdom who has issues. And then unconsciously, they'll be folding your ministry.
Come on.
So I just want to let you know. So number 8. Oh, wait. So that's Ephesians 4:11-16 for that, for global leader. Number 8. Last but not least, a suffering leader. If your leader never suffers or sacrifices or show that they have problems because they are spirit-filled and that they trust Jesus, then you need to sprint out the door. You say, what do you mean? I know sometimes I say stuff and I don't put it in the right order, but when I can break it down to you, I can make sure you understand what I'm talking about. Stop putting your leader on a pedestal. They're human just like you are. They live a life just like you are. And they should be able to show you suffering, but they should also be able to show you how to overcome. Not just sit there and wallow in the suffering, but how to overcome. Do you know that suffering is one of the fruits of the spirit? Long suffering is a fruit of the spirit. And everybody say, oh, they call it a process. No, it's called long suffering. It's called long suffering. Why? Why did God put long suffering as a fruit of the spirit? Because after you suffer so long and it's over, you reap a reward. It is a fruit. It's a fruit. You suffered. Oh my God. You suffered. You suffered through not going to school for so long, and you wanted to get an education, but you didn't have the money. So you went and you worked, but you really wanted to go to school, and you suffered, and you got all this knowledge in your head, but you really want to go to school, and you suffered, and then someone comes to you and say, I thought about you. You're so smart, and you always say intelligent things. And we have this scholarship, and I thought about you. Had you turned around and did what you wanted to do, you wouldn't have been able to get that scholarship. So because of your suffering, but you decide to keep working while you're suffering, you decide to keep talking, you decide to keep going while you're suffering. Somebody saw you suffering, decided to reward you. Isn't that a fruit of the Spirit? I'm just saying. Your leader should be able to show vulnerability and turn around and be able to show you how to continue to trust in Jesus and build back up. So now the difference between leaders and people is all 8 characteristics comes as a process, but in order for you to help people, you need to obtain and display. It's the leader's job to build and prevent folding, and it's the people's job to receive, to build, and not make it difficult. Why? Because once you train and build, you will be taking their place, because now they have to go out and gather the harvest, and the rotation begins. God has planted the seed, watered it, and allowed it to spurt growth. In this pandemic, where are the leaders to gather the harvest? So again, are you building or folding the kingdom? Nehemiah 4:6 says, so built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together into the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. We have to be more unified in Christ and not uniformed on the earth, not just uniformed on the earth. Be blessed, people. I love you all. I hope this word has really helped to bless you. I hope this word has really helped you to understand and self-examine yourself. And I just want to give this word out. God gave me this dream, and I'm gonna be done after this. God gave me this dream, and he wanted me to put this out there. I don't know who this guy is, but there is a young man that's in the hospital, and it's as clear as day that I have to say this. He had a black do-rag on. His gown was white with green and blue decorations on his robe. His bed was sitting as you come in the door. The window is here. The equipment was here. As you go around, there's a sink right there, and there's a door right here. And he was sitting there. It was a man and a woman and 2 little girls that came in to visit him. God want me to tell you, if y'all know who this is, I don't know who this guy is. It's a black guy, young guy. He been in the gangs for so long. He didn't want to get in there. He got in there because he didn't have an outlet. And when he got in, he wanted to get out, but he couldn't get out, and he was stuck in there. And when he got shot in the leg, he just got to thinking about, he just wanted to get out. He wanted to get out. Hold on, my brother. Hold on. God is coming to take you out of that situation. Your family loves you, and it's going to be all right. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why God gave me that dream to give to the people, but I know it's a lot. I know y'all hear y'all saying it's a lot of people that's being shot. It's a lot of kids, but this particular young man with this black do-rag around his head, sitting in this bed, I see him sitting as clear as day. His gown is white with blue and green all over it. I'm just telling you, hold on. Tell him to hold on. Hold on. God has not forgotten about him. God is actually pulling him out of the situation, and he's gonna relocate. He's going to relocate, and he's going to be able to do the things that he wanted to do. He wanted to go back to school, and he wanted to, it's something that got to do with arts and drawing or something like that. But hold on. God is not forgetting about you. You will be blessed. Bless the people. I thank you all. I thank Pastor M.D. Walls again for allowing me to come. I hope I wasn't too long, but I had to give what God is giving me. So God bless you. I love you.